What's up, guys? Champs here, and today we are going to be talking about what happened at the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas, USA. Now, I was supposed to record this yesterday when I got home, but yesterday I had to stay overnight at Toronto, so therefore there weren't any videos for that one. So I had to record today, and of course I need some like me time before I can record something. But anyways, let's get this started. Hamilton's on pole. Now this was a crazy scenario. If if Lewis Hamilton finishes in first, so if he wins the race and Vettel goes in, finishes in, I believe, is sixth or lower, and any position for Valtteri Bottas, then Lewis Hamilton would clinch the championship, the driver's title, in this track. And another thing is that what happens if Lewis Hamilton finishes second? Well, that means that Vettel could potentially if Vettel could go like third to lower, and Bottas, I don't know where he is on that scenario, but that's another way that Lewis Hamilton can clinch the championship, the drivers' championship. But yeah, let's get started. Lap 1, 5 red lights, and it was off. Hamilton got a good start, but Sebastian Vettel actually squeezes past him for the lead. So at the beginning of the race, it was all Vettel. That's right, it was all Vettel until lap 6, where Hamilton wants the lead. He wants to win, so therefore he took P1 and the DRS straight at the DRS in the back straight of the Circuit of Americas, and it began to he's been doing really good because we knew what he was capable of, to be honest. And Hamilton, after lap 6, we know that Hamilton has never looked back, of course. And then Perez is having trouble because he was losing places left and right. But however, there was a incident in lap 1 between Bottas and Ricciardo on turn 1 and lap 2, where Ricciardo just tried to do a dive bomb, but he actually overshot it. Ended up hitting, I believe, almost hitting Valtteri Bottas. And yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. And the fact that Hulkenberg has retired from the race due to loss of oil pressure. So it's a mechanical issue that's such for him. And yeah, Ricciardo is actually he was in the charge up until lap 16 because he was I think it was an engine issue or an engine failure. So yeah, engine gone. So therefore, Ricciardo, supposed to be him, he had high hopes for this race. He was in a charge, but the matter of fact that Ricciardo actually had to pull out of the race due to an engine failure. Maybe because the engine exploded, or because there was something wrong with the engine. But most of the time, it's due to the fact that he actually overused the engine, which is not a very good thing. Always manage your engine in a race, in any Formula One race. Just manage your engine, because that will keeps you in the race, and B will gives you a greater chance of performances to go ahead of the next race. To be honest, so yes, and of course there were pit stops. They were coming clean with pit stops here, and yeah, it's just straight on. There was just straight on battle. But what I do want to pay attention to was basically the last lap of the final race. So the last lap of the final race, basically what happened was that Max Verstappen and Kimi Raikkonen, they were battling for third because they were battling for a final spot at the podium. And Verstappen was in the charge, and he had one chance to get this right. If he doesn't have a chance to get this right, then therefore he would have then he would have got it. But the last lap pass, which would be near the end of the race, he finally passed Kimi Räikkönen to secure third place. But hold on, there's a catch here. There's an absolute catch which they have not noticed about. That it was causing a lot of drama there. Verstappen actually passed. He did pass. Yeah, he did pass the Kimi Räikkönen, but however, he left the surface. If you can see the replay, I'm sure you can see the replay of the last lap pass, that Verstappen actually had all four of his tires from inside the curb, which causing him a corner cutting. And of course, in Formula One video games, we know if you play with strict corner cutting rules or strict rules, you notice that corner cutting is basically not allowed. And he has done that with the last lap pass, so therefore it demoted Verstappen to fourth place and Kimi Räikkönen's in third place, of course. But yeah, Verstappen didn't even know. He didn't even know that it was happening. He was disappointed because he had all four wheels off the track when he was going to be passing Kimi Räikkönen. So therefore, it's determined by that. It was determined by the fact that he actually corner cut, and not to mention that it was actually a legal overtake. For any of the people who comment, yeah, I know you're gonna comment this, that is like, oh, this is just not fair, just not fair. Do your research and look at the replay, because I saw it with my own eyes from the slow-mo. It's like, and I noticed that Verstappen had his all four wheels off the track, causing a corner cutting. Not only a corner cutting, but also causing an illegal overtake, which definitely you're not allowed to do. So therefore, it actually still stands, of course. And yeah, that was good. That was a good race. Sucks for Verstappen to be demoted. But yeah, if it's versus strict quarter cutting rules, which by the way, if the people, I know the people's gonna comment this one, but if they were trying to race, I bet they're gonna try. If they're trying to race like in a Formula One game, I want to see them like race in using strict quarter cutting rules, because when you use strict quarter cutting rules, it's basically just like this race. Once you make a quarter cutting, and once you do like a corner cutting and have all your four of your tires off the track in pass, that's considered a automatic legal overtake, and it's basically penalize you. So yeah, the final classified order: Hamilton wins, Vettel came in second, so therefore the championship race still on. And Kimi Räikkönen rounds out the podium position. Verstappen in fourth, Bottas in fifth, Ocon in sixth, Carlos Sainz in seventh, Perez in eighth, Massa in ninth, and Kvyat in 10th. As well as for the retirements, Hulkenberg had an oil problem. Wehrlein had a mechanical problem. Ricciardo had a mechanical problem because of his engine failure. Alonso had a mechanical problem, I believe. I don't know, not too sure. So those four are out. And guess what? Because we were concentrating on the Drivers' Championship, we forgot about the Constructors' Championship. That's right. It was actually crowned at this race Mercedes Racing, aka the Mercedes Petronas AMG racing team, they have won the Constructors' Championship for 4 straight years. So, applaud. Congratulations to Mercedes. They had a lot more podiums and a lot more wins than they were expecting. So they won the Constructors' Championship due to Hamilton and Bottas points finishes. As for a Drivers' Championship, that leads to the next race, which is in Mexico. Mexico, of course. Then it literally changes the scenario on how Lewis Hamilton is going to clinch the title. Because in order for Lewis Hamilton to clinch the title at Mexico, he would have to actually, win the race, and Vettel would have to be fifth, or have to place fifth or under. So yeah, to be honest, that was a good race, of course. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, comment on what you think of it. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more F1, for more sports, and for more gameplay, of course. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next race, which is gonna be in Mexico and Mexico Grand Prix.